That means we ain't got no background music, but you just sitting there.
Bro, I keep telling you, like, this is my good pose. Ebony Man of my Jet, Beauty of the Week. This is the male version. That's my pose.
You have just destroyed my whole teenage years.
You a
Man,
perv, bro.
I ain't
You
never
a
seen
perv.
nobody look like that in Jet Beauty of the Week. Ever.
Man, you know what I meant, bro.
I mean, it can stay in the 30s. I'm good with it. 20s, 30s, I'm good with it. It
I
just
mean, when you got that natural installation, bro, it's cool. I get it. But for
no.
me, I
I
just
just real men come from the north, so we can deal with
oh, there we go. Okay, there we go. That sums it all up. Let's get to
we
it.
can deal with the cold.
I'm saying these names not because they're essentially the best fighters out there, which we can make a case for Shakur Stevenson definitely. Um, they just look that much better than whoever they fight.
I think he might want to keep this thing on the feet and stay any way possible. Stay away from that guillotine choke. he was
Yeah,
squeezing Buddy's face in the last fight and
yeah.
put him out.
Come on, dog. Let's fight.
Welcome to the Fighter Share Report.
Hey, welcome to the Fight and Share Report. It is Wednesday, 11 a.m. We already got people watching. Look at God. And he got on his Carolina blue fishing hat. So it's a special day for him.
I don't know what day that is other than Wednesday, but it could be. So we have therapy, our formal show. What we got going on, bro?
UFC Vegas 19, baby, Saturday, February 20th. Blaze, Curtis Razor Blaze versus the Black Beast, Derek Lewis. The two big black heavyweights gonna get in there. They're gonna lock him in the cage and say, get it on.
Bump, bump, bump. B2K, for those y'all don't get the reference. That's what they're gonna be doing in the ring. Maybe not in a minute. It's gonna be fisticuffs flying. Bro, it's gonna be a good entertaining fight. Unfortunately, because we know we're watching, we both know that neither one of these gentlemen probably at this point could beat either one of the two gentlemen ahead of them. So this is just a good fight to see. Me personally, bro, I don't have a dog in the fight. I don't know who I want to win. I'm just happy to see these two guys headline their own card. You don't get to see two African Americans headline a card in the UFC. That is also of importance here. So I'm here for it, man.
I'm excited because I keep hearing all the strides that Derek Lewis has been making. The weight he's lost,
Mm.
the increased movement. And we always said that if he could have increased movement and get a better gas tank, he could be in there with anybody in the UFC, including Stipe or Francis Ngannou. It was his limitations before. He always had power, but his limitations kept him from really doing anything. So, when he was able to, from what I'm hearing, lose the weight, if it makes him more mobile, because he's already hostile, he should have no trouble with Curtis Blades. If he dispenses with Curtis Blades rather easily, then I would no longer say that he couldn't beat any of the guys ahead of him. Um, he may have a hard time defeating a Stipe, but I think he could close the gap on Francis Ngannou.
So, I mean, I guess to give legitimacy to your point, yes, if we're seeing a constant evolution of Derek Lewis, now I'd be inclined to go with it because he has that rare combination of size and athleticism. Now, his problem is he fought so much using that brute strength that if
Mm-hmm.
he loses too much weight and tries to transition, that may not be the best thing for him. So, how much weight he cuts and what that looks like as he's fighting is what's really the key here. I also don't know if Derek Lewis have much of a ground game. I've seen him getting taken down before and he couldn't really get up. So we know that that's what Curtis Blades does. Curtis Blades has a mean ground and pound, and he likes to cut you up. Throws out
Mm-hmm.
good elbows and stuff like that. So I mean, I don't know. I want to go with you, but man, we gotta see what Derek Lewis shows up, man. We really do.
I'm hearing Derek Lewis is down around 250. Now, 250 is good for him because it will give him more movement, and it won't necessarily take away any of his power. Now, if he gets down around 230, 220, there may be a slight diminishment in power, but we'll see.
I mean, I'm questioning 250, bro. Like, what? We
Bro,
know they can't go over 265.
right. Um, Curtis Blades, they have him listed this week as 6'4", 265 pounds. Curtis Blades.
Really?
On the yes. And they got Derek Lewis listed at 6'3", 244 pounds.
Wow. I want to see. So what? Hey, before we get off the broadcast, we're gonna check and see what Vegas is saying about that fight. That's crazy.
Yeah.
260, bro. What?
I didn't think Blades was that big, bro.
Bro, I didn't see Blades being bigger or taller than Derek Lewis. I didn't.
Right. And younger. Lewis is 36. Blades is 29.
Man, all right. Well, bro, I was already intrigued to go watch it anyway for a lot of reasons, but definitely now, I gotta see the size disparity. This is gonna be interesting, bro. I totally missed this.
Yeah. Yeah, me too. Main card starts at 8 p.m., so they got it right this time. Prelims at 6 p.m. or 5 p.m. rather. So, hey, it's gonna be a good one. Your boy, I say our boy, Mark Reyes Jr. is gonna be in the ring tonight versus Janelson Boca Chica.
Okay.
Sound like a stripper, but okay, from Miami, Boca Chica. All right, so Mark Reyes Jr., man, we've been following his career since day one, since his first fight here in Tampa over at the a la carte pavilion when he got his knockout, and he's been progressing slowly but surely.
Yeah, man. Look, MLK Jr., Junior Walker Jr., Sammy Davis Jr., give me Mark Reyes Jr. in 5. I don't make predictions on this show, but that's the hometown kid. I'm riding with him.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, Mark Reyes has shown market improvement each time out. However, I don't want to gloss this over and make it seem like this is going to be an easy fight for Mark Reyes because it won't. We know that Mark Reyes has been fighting smaller guys, small-ish guys, for the majority of his career. Now we know that in these last couple of fights, Mark Reyes has stepped up in his competition. He will be in the ring tonight with someone just as big, if not bigger. It's going to be interesting to see how Mark deals with his size spread because usually Mark's the bigger guy. Yeah. So I'm gonna be tuned in with a keen eye tonight to see what my homie do. But yeah, this is gonna be a tough fight for Mark Reyes.
I believe that as well. I believe that Mark Reyes is gonna find out a lot about himself. Because he's stepping up into a different pond, different fish, different competition. Because this is, from what I'm hearing from you, a good prospect out of Detroit, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's not, you're not bringing people into Tampa to fight anymore. Now right. You're venturing out. You want to be big time. Yeah. You're moving into the big time.
And listen, you're fighting for Lou DiBella. One thing Lou gonna do. Is he gonna find out if you're a diamond? He gonna squeeze you.
Yeah.
So now this is where the stuff in the competition and all this stuff happens. So, but man, listen, pressure. I can't help. Yeah.
Go ahead.
But I can't but help, and I can't help but feel like that Reyes is ready for this opportunity. I mean, this is all he's ever asked for.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
You know, we talk about somebody that's dedicated, works his tail off, just a solid dude in general. Like, forget the boxing part of it. A good guy in general. So you naturally want to root for that, but all the work that's been put in. We've been knowing this kid since he was an amateur for the most part.
Yeah.
You know, we've watched him turn pro. We've watched him climb through the ranks. So yeah, this is going to be his most challenging moment, but it can also be his most shining moment.
Definitely. And don't get me wrong, I'm not down on Mark Reyes. I'm just saying this is a different level of competition.
Absolutely.
And pressure either makes diamonds or busts pipes. One of the two. So I believe him. We've seen him train. We've been able to sit and talk with him. His head always seems to be in the right place. He's not a kid that gets too high or too low on anything. His faith levels him out on that. So I really look forward to see him. I'm looking at him with a critical eye this time, because he's somebody that can be great, but not everybody that can be great becomes great.
Oh yeah, you definitely have to navigate your way through it now.
Yeah,
Most
so
definitely. Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
kind of looking forward to seeing how he steps up, how he comes out. Does he pressure this kid, his competition? Uh, does he sit back and try to catch him? That doesn't sound like Mark. But again, Mark's with a different trainer now. It's a good trainer, but it's gonna be. I'm looking forward to this test. I like this.
Yeah.
I like this last test. I'm really looking forward to this test.
And we all know that Marshall Kaufman puts on good cards, man. This is,
Yeah.
if I'm not mistaken, this is a King's card. If I'm not mistaken, I don't want to be wrong, but we know Marshall Kaufman is involved, and this kid is being moved by David McWater, this Janosin Boca Chica.
Mm-hmm.
So this kid's, he's got a legit team behind him. This is not, and we got Lou on the other side moving Mark. So this is going to be, man. Listen, both these kids are highly rated prospects, bro. So
Yeah.
this is an interesting point in both their careers. But man, listen,
Mark won nationals, right? In Golden Gloves.
I think so. But none of that matters tonight. It's the pro game, so Mark better be ready. But we ride with you, homie.
Yeah, we there. He is a friend of the show, and we there with him. Listen, I know it's a combat sports show, but all these QBs eventually on the move. They're being held up so they can find out what the salary cap's going to be in the NFL. But every time you turn on a sports show, you see people talking about Carson Wentz or Jameis Winston or okay. He must be talking about you.
Oh yeah, what's going on? I think that's my boy Beast Waller. I think that's what it is. Yeah, appreciate
Curtis
it, bro. Yeah, I was
Walker,
just trying to make some moves, bro.
See, I knew he was all over the place. People telling on you, bud. People telling.
Hey man, that's a good thing. They recognize it's out there. We're putting in work, but that's dope. That's dope.
Yeah, but you got like Carson Wentz. They're talking about him being moved out of Philly to Chicago, and somebody made the statement, "Why go to Chicago when they can't protect you any better than they could in Philly?" They're talking about Jameis getting another shot in New Orleans, or does he go somewhere? Yeah, it is. Good shot, Jay Dixon. It's the QB stock game. Yeah, because you've got all these quarterbacks now that can be moved, or you don't know who's going to end up in New England. You don't know. Carolina's talking about they want Deshaun Watson, and they're willing to really make a move and possibly put a package together with Christian McCaffrey to get Deshaun Watson. Now, if I'm Houston, I don't take that deal just because of all the injuries McCaffrey's had, and they're trying to move that money. And if you'll trade a very good running back for a great quarterback, especially if you have a decent running back behind him.
Yeah, I mean, look, all this is called the Tom Brady effect. Had Tom Brady not left New England, he came to Tampa, won a Super Bowl in one shot, I don't think you see this much movement on the quarterback market. Teams really feel like they're only one player away now. Sometimes, and most times, it is the quarterback if it's that one piece you're missing. A lot of teams are trying to make moves to win now, and you're going to see more of this stuff happening. Quarterbacks that don't even deserve shots, bro. Look at your boy from what was it, the one that backed to Carson Wentz, Nick Foles. Nick Foles captured lightning in the bottle, bro, and got paid for it. What has he done since then? Not a whole lot. You're gonna start seeing more of this because if I can win a Super Bowl, I can do that. That can sustain my team for the next 4 or 5 years. If I'm just a playoff team, bro, something has to change. And people are willing to take risks. The Bucks mortgaged their future, and we thought they were gonna come up snake eyes, and they hit the jackpot, bro. More teams are gonna start doing this. It's a quarterback league. The league is turning into more of a glorified 7-on-7 session. So yes, quarterbacks matter now more than they ever have, and you're gonna start seeing people take these risks, bro. So
I think you would have still seen a lot of this movement because just of the issues that came out of last year. Maybe not as many. I don't know if you would have seen the Rams go for Matthew Stafford
That's what I'm saying.
But teams like like um, Philly.
And the shocking thing, not to cut you off, the shocking thing about them making a play for Stafford is not what they thought they were getting as an upgrade, but the fact they had just been to a Super Bowl the year before that, two
With
years ago,
golf.
and they were ready to cut the cord. That's
Yeah.
that's that's interesting. Go ahead.
That to me sounds like one, you're feeling pressure to win. Like you said, win now. And you don't have any confidence in your ability to develop that quarterback anymore. So you'll go get Matthew Stafford, who you feel like has just been in a horrible graveyard the whole time. And if you put him in the sunshine of LA, now you'll get an opportunity to let him shine. It, you know what? Goff was not a bad quarterback. Goff was the greatest thing when he got you to the Super Bowl. Just like Carson Wentz was the greatest thing when he got you to the playoffs. So, or, got you close to the playoffs, and then Foles came in and got you the Super Bowl. But they were the two hottest young quarterbacks with the two hottest young coaches going. Well, not Doug Peterson, but, you know what I'm saying, Sean McVay. I just think it's interesting how you give things a couple years to shake out. You got Nagy now needing a new quarterback because he went with Trubisky and hung in there with Trubisky. And you got Sean McVay going and getting an old quarterback to try to make him new again. It's going to be an interesting offseason. I'm kind of wondering, can't wait to see what the draft looks like with the rest of these quarterbacks to see where if Jameis lands anywhere. They're talking about he's going to get another tryout with New Orleans. I'm like, what? All right, bro. 2 minutes. It's your shot.
Yeah, man. So I guess I can talk about the elephant in the room that we just been neglecting all week. Brian Castano just blew away Patrick Teixeira in a fight this weekend that went under the radar. And it went under the radar for two reasons. One, nobody knows who the hell Brian Castano and Patrick Teixeira are that aren't hardcore boxing fans. And two, well, we didn't know how good Brian Castano was. Well, guess what? We still don't know because Teixeira just looked that bad. But what we do know is that we'll finally get another unification fight for all the straps. And listen, sometimes boxing gets it right. This time we lucky. They got it right. They got it right with Teofimo Lopez last year. They're getting it right with Jamel Charlo and Brian Castano this year. I hope that this is the continuation of basically promoters allowing fighters to make fights and stop playing hardball. Golden Boy knew they were rolling the dice when they gave Teixeira a shot at Castano, and guess what? They probably knew he would lose. But guess what that does? Guess what that did for the game now? Now you got Golden Boy and PBC doing business. Now if Golden Boy ever gets another champion, hint, hint, Canelo Alvarez, maybe we can get some negotiations going to see Canelo fight against some of the guys that we know he needs to face on the other side of the proverbial fence. Sadly, it looks like we won't get to see Earl Spence and Terrence Crawford because for whatever reason, those two brothers just can't figure it out. But we will get to see Jamel Charlo get a chance to make history and unify all the belts against Brian Castano. And guess what? Now we get to see that 154 division really get it cooking. Because now, if none of them guys ever had motivation, they got it now. Jerry Hurd, Julian Williams, little bro Erickson Lubin. Now, Jamel get them straps, or even if Castano get them, y'all all got a shot.
We hope. Listen, I want to talk about something we really didn't spend a lot of time on this week and was big. I think bigger than most people realize. And that is Bellator signing the deal with Showtime Sports. We've been talking about this, how Bellator really needs a television network. Now, I was thinking cable, regular cable, basic cable, they needed a channel like that. But the beauty of Bellator signing this deal with Showtime means Showtime already has a sports team in place. They already have the production in place. Now all they have to do is pull in some broadcasters, i.e. us, who can really show off what they're doing in their commentary. It's almost like a ready-made situation for Bellator. I believe this is gonna raise their level of awareness in the United States and really put pressure on the only show in town, which has really been UFC. Bellator now is going to have to show and display how much better they've become. They'll do this by using a mix of older, recognizable talent and young talent that is hungry and ferocious. I often wonder now if Showtime had this deal with Bellator, would we have seen Michael Chandler come over to the UFC? Because Michael Chandler has spent his career in Bellator making a huge name for himself despite the UFC. So now we have some up and coming talent. Chris Cyborg comes back on the platform. You're going to see some incredible fights on Showtime, both boxing and now, I'm excited to say, with Bellator MMA. Let's get it, baby. Time to wrap up.
Indeed, brother. Yeah, I'm excited about that deal, man. We talked about it a little bit, but I'm glad you went into more detail. Yeah, it's a ready-made dinner, just pop it in the oven, it's ready to go. What'll be interesting to see too is because now Showtime's a major player, will we start to see Bellator in major markets now? Bellator normally made a living hitting secondary markets, but now with that Showtime CBS backing, we may see Bellator start pulling up in major cities around the country doing their shows.
Mm-hmm. I look forward to that. I really do. Listen, I it's gonna be interesting with this whole if Charlo wins and cleans out the division, because we keep saying it's a foregone conclusion based on the eye test what we've seen. If he's able to clean out 154, this is going to be real interesting over the next couple years.
The good thing about it is either way, if Charlo loses, they're still in PBC belts.
Mm-hmm.
So it's still a PBC fight. So if Castano wins, he gets out the belt. We still get to see some. So yeah, it's a win-win definitely for the PBC, but for boxing too, man. This needs to happen more, and I hope that the other branch or however they did business between Golden Boy and PBC to make that Teixeira Castano fight happen. I hope that's a continuation of what we'll be able to see more going forward, because it's a shame that we're getting to see that and we're not going to see Earl Spence and Terrence Crawford.
Shout out to Jay Dixon. Shout out to Curtis Walker. Shout out to my mom, pops, my wife, my daughter, my brother. Shout out to my sister in Texas dealing with this weather. I'm praying for you, sis. And my nieces. All right, bro.
Hey, spread a little love. It's crazy out there, man. Checking with your people on the regular, man. We'll be back tomorrow on our Let's Refine show. I get to basically do what I do every day, and that's look good. Fighters Nation, we'll see y'all. We out of here. Same bat time, same bat place tomorrow. Peace.
Just ratchet. Just ratchet.